All right, now we are roading combines to the next field. Here we go. I've got it full throttle right now, and I'm going 21.8 miles an hour. Hopefully Arvin feels comfortable. This was one of the hardest parts for me of learning about the combine. Is it's just so difficult to drive it on the road at 20 miles per hour. You would think that's very slow, but with this type of steering and something that steers from the back, it's very fast. I slowed it down from 21 to 20.3 because I believe my dad's combine only goes 21 or only goes 20, so I didn't want to catch up with him. I'll let him get some space in front of me, and then I'll keep going. The reason my dad had Austin pull to the corner of the road is because this is not a ditch that we can drive off of in the equipment to let someone pass us. So the road has to be clear. And there's no passing area or room on the side of this road, just because it is a gravel side road. So we have to be very careful, and if there is traffic, we let them go through, and then we'll get on the road. And then Austin will do the same thing for the next corner as well. That's just a lighting system error, so everything's going good. We made it to the first
corner.
corner.
All the way to the little blue shed. Just sit there. Tell me what happened. People are coming or what?
I enjoy roading combines. It's a lot, especially with the pickup headers, because they're only around 17, 16 feet. The big headers, however, are much more difficult and challenging to maneuver around every little sign or post. They're 40 feet long. Mine last year was actually 35 feet. And mine for the 9610, which is what the combine I started on, was 30 feet, I believe. To my right, we have spring wheat, and I can tell that because it's very green. And since spring wheat is planted in April, it's usually not ripe at the same time winter wheat is.
We have a pickup coming down here.
So Austin just radioed and said there's a pickup. So we'll have to pull off the road somewhere, or the pickup will, one of the two. So I'm pulling off the road a little bit now for the pickup that's coming by. I always wave at them. It looks like we have another something way up there, but I'm not sure if that's just Austin either. This is a very steep ditch here, so I definitely don't want to drive off the road.
Austin, take a left, go down a half a mile, and take that field road in there. You know?
Barley looks a lot fluffier than wheat, and that's how you can tell the difference. It lays over a little bit more with lots of stringy things on the top, and it looks really hairy, whereas wheat doesn't. So on the left here is barley, and on the right is wheat. But it's spring wheat, so it's fairly green. All right, now I'm making a turn here. This turn would be hard with a 40-foot header because of the mailbox, but it's pretty simple with the pickup headers. This road's a little bit wider, so I feel more comfortable on it. And the ditches are not nearly as steep either.
Austin backed up 100 yards or so you're not where we're going to go.
All right, we made it to the field.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it out of third right here.
No, I'm good.
So I just took it out of third gear, turn off my hazards. A lot of times I'll forget to turn off my hazards or blinker, and what happens is I leave it going throughout the whole field, and then someone has to radio to me to tell me what happened. Sort of hilarious. My dad's just starting now. I'll wait for him a little bit because it is a downhill slope, and I don't want to run into his combine. When you have large machinery, you want to keep them fairly separate.
Okay, take that second row. We're going to pull it up about half of this field and then come back and get a couple more and so forth.
This wheat does not really look any better, but I hope it is. So I'm going to idle it down, put the back in, put the header in, and rev it up. I'll put my header down and just join midway through this row. This wheat does not look good. It looks, in my opinion, worse than the last field. So that is really sad. Were you able to get it back into second gear, Arvin?
I shifted down second. May you want me to grab this third roll then?
Yeah, go ahead and grab it. We're going to go up about as far as I am, and then we're going to go and get another 3 in and get enough room for trucks and the water truck thing.
So now I'm turning around to go and pick up another row.
That next row behind the M gate, I'm just pulling these corners off so they're not in our way because we can't pick them up backwards.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. We've just now parked the combines. My dad has to move water trucks and discs and stuff over here. Cut it off or leave it running? Okay, so I'm going with my dad right now, and Grandpa's coming to the field to help us move stuff as well, which is really kind of him. Hi, Austin.
How's it going?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Not bad.
It's really warm out today.
It's a bit toasty, isn't it?
Yeah. Here's wheat out this window.
So Austin, when you were driving the little red truck out of the field yesterday, did you let it roll back when you were trying to get on the road?
Yeah, Darcy mentioned I didn't make the approach. I started slipping into.
Yeah, you can't let them roll back on their wet flaps. Tears them right off. So now you gotta
But the mount's still there, right?
probably, but we gotta re-put the things on if it didn't tear the mount off. I didn't see the mount.
I asked Darcy. I think he said that the mount was there.
Yeah. For future reference. Okay, my radio is about dead. So when I wanted you to come up here, I wanted you to come up and say, nobody's on the road and I don't see anybody coming. Hurry with your comments. You know, not go up here and sit and not talk to me.
I did.
I didn't hear it.
I think Darcy got on the radio right as I said something.
Oh.
You want this big
I let off
emphasis.
the button. I heard Darcy, and then yeah. So I think that's what happened.
Okay. Because that's why I send you up here is for things I can't see.
I got to the corner. I let you know that we were all clear. And
Okay, well none of that came through the radio, did it, Kate?
No.
what was Darcy saying anyway?
Yeah, I don't know. What was he saying? I don't know.
My dad just roaded the drill here, and then Austin took the water truck, and I took the pickup to Flag. Hi, Grandpa.
What are you doing? I have missed you.
Me too.
You go and run away for a couple of months and then you run away again.
I know.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know.
Oh.
Probably many things.
She was my leader today.
Oh, I see.
I
Yeah,
followed
right.
her around.
Not really.
I don't know
She
if that's a
never
good
showed
thing
up.
or not. Yeah.
That's a good thing. Are you tired
You
now?
want to get
Super tired.
When we
You've
dump
been-
in them
you've been
trucks so
having
we can
a-
just back up. or
Quite
go
an
forward,
escapade for the
Okay.
last 2 weeks.
And we
Yes.
put
Trying to
one
get
big
home
pile
and get on this thing right away.
Yeah.
up above the
That's a
bows
little bit too
bit.
much. But you go to
Then
bed early and
back up
sleep.
about 3
I'm
feet,
trying
put
to. We
another
got
pile
home
of
late last
piles,
night though.
Yeah,
go all
and
the way
I
to
give
the
him
back.
hell for it too.
Well, thank you.
2 piles above the
standing.
bows.
Do you
I'm
see
not taking
my
the middle,
Kate's
though.
Egg shirt?
About
I
3
designed
feet
this.
apart. And it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I'm having
Isn't
a
that
hard
cool?
time with it
That's
myself.
cool,
I'm
yeah.
all over the truck.
Okay, I'm going to take Austin over and get a truck so you guys can go to work.
All right. Love you, Grandpa.
You,
Well, we're just gonna go pick up some wheat. Don't run over us. We need to be here. So we're just gonna go up and grab the first 3 rows here until Chris split this, and we'll end up here.
I don't know. Is it a duck foot shovel?
Put it in your cab on the.
No, no. You hold it. It's hot.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Time to combine again. Break's over. Wasn't even really a break. I brought my Kate's Egg tote bag with me too. There's Dave. Oh my goodness, how cool. Dave's our neighbor and my dad's very good friend from school. Where our shop is actually where I believe Dave's grandfather homesteaded, which is so cool. So we have been harvesting this field for a little while, and Grandpa has been taking Austin back and forth to the other field to get the fuel pickup, the tandem truck, and some things like that, so we won't have to do that tonight, which is so nice. And it was great to catch up with my grandpa. On long harvest days, I don't always get to see him every day. This field seems to be yielding a little bit better. The last field averaged maybe around 6 bushels per acre, which is just a catastrophe. This is maybe 10, 12, 15. I'm not completely sure. It still says close to 8 bushels on mine, but my dad's meter is a little bit higher. My dad is very full right now. As you can see, he is about to dump in Steve Wall. Steve Wall just got back out to the field, so we wanted to fill our tanks for him. So we had these half rows to make room for the trucks to park, and I was taking one up because I still had room in my grain tank and I wanted to fill completely so that Steve Wall would be able to get back on the road. And because I'm on the other side of the hill and Dad can't see me when I finish that row and he's waiting here full, he said, Kate, you are coming back, right? And I said, no, I'm just taking a joyride in the combine. So he thought that was pretty funny. I can't put my auger out yet or else I'd hit Arvin's combine.
Kate, finish the front off. It needs just a touch more and you're a little bit, you need to get closer, I think. Shut it off and reposition.
Do you still want me to reposition?
Well, you're kind of on the inside towards the driver's door, but you're okay. Bring your auger, yeah, now go to the second, build up that pile a little bit, then go to the second set of bows. Put that rest of it in there probably, I don't know. Is Steve out there watching the weight?
No, he's not, but he's full on the front.
Come to the back and start dumping and build that pile from the back to the center. We leave the center, it's kind of empty on these. Not so much his, but yeah.
Just finished my dump with Steve Wall and now we're getting back in the field. It's 4:38, so dinner should be around 5:36. I'm really looking forward to it actually, to get out of the combine and do a little bit of stretching.
About 400 more bushels, that first bin will be full. Kate, you gotta take that full row.
Here we go again to go around and
Actually,
around.
take this half row. No, go ahead and take the full row. It's fine.
Are you sure? Oh.
Yeah, you gotta pick the first row when you get up to where it's split too, so you have to figure that one out.
Why don't I just swap rows when I get to where yours is? I didn't catch that?
Yeah, just keep going all the way to the back.
No, I know. I'm going to swap rows with your half row so that I'm on an outside pass and it's not all mixed up.
Okay, be quiet. I'm trying to watch the dump thing here for a minute. I get what you're doing.
Dad's going back to watch Arvin's dump because Arvin is...
Irvin, you got your left blinker on. Just letting you know.
Arvin keeps dumping in the middle of the trucks and that's not where we want to dump. You only dump in the big semi-trucks. You start at the very front where it has axles and it can hold the most weight.
And if you add more weight, you just build that pile up to the top of the bows and then move it towards the center.
And then you move all the way to the back and fill the back up where the axles are, and you barely fill the center. Sometimes you put a little bit in the center. So you don't move from the front all the way to the back. And I think it's just something he's not completely understanding yet. It is a tough concept to conceptualize. It was hard for me too when I first started. So I fully understand him struggling with that. My dad just radioed to me and asked me if I shut his pickup off, which I remember shutting it off, but I did see a weird light coming from over there. So I think I'll probably be the last dump in Steve Wall unless my dad wants to top him off. I'm not completely sure.
Dorsey, when you go in, why don't we send Austin with you so he can help you move that loader? Okay.
Do you want me to dump on Wall?
Yes.
So I'll shut my header off, and I'll also shut the back off, put my auger out, and try and line up properly. I don't know if this is lined up or not, but I guess we'll see. No, I'm over.
That looks better.
It is so hard to line up to the truck. It's insane. My wheat looks fairly clean though, which is good.
Dorsey, are you parked behind Steve?
Yeah.
All right, now I'll start my next row, which should be over here somewhere. I'll stop, idle it down to turtle speed, put the back in, the header, rev it up, press my button down, and start picking up wheat again. I just parked my combine next to my dad's and now we're ready for dinner. I'm so tired, so I'm definitely ready to get outside and stretch. Arvin's lining up right now. We're at dinner now, right, Dad? Wouldn't you say? With the crew. Dessert is very good today. We just finished dinner and now we're getting back to combining. My dad has a super full grain tank. We were just talking.
Yeah, Irvin, you'll be able to make it because you got an extra lip on your tip tops.
We were just talking about how my dad may or may not make it. That's pretty full. My bet is that you're going to make it. It'll be close, but it really does look like you will. Oh, will Dad make it? It's gonna be so close. Well, I lost that my dad didn't make it. He's plumb full. I just received a handbag order going to Australia, which I think is very neat, so thank you very much. I would say that was a pretty good load, right down the middle. I got the rock pile round, so I go all the way around the rock pile. I ended up with the rock pile round, I guess lucky draw.
Yeah, we'll have to dump this strip, Kate, because I don't think you got 3 laps in here.
Oh, there's a massive rock here I'm gonna have to slow down for. There was a big boulder I had to pick up my header for.
Chris, you got a copy? Yeah, I do. So are you headed down north? Yeah, 3/4 down here. Okay, I'll be right behind her. Mark, do you know how big that one field off to the left is, off to the right?
My dad radioed a few minutes ago and said this is our last lap, which I am so excited for. I'm very tired, and we did end a bit late last night, so I'm going to be happy to catch up on some sleep. And some of our employees actually have an hour drive home, so it'll be good if we end early tonight. It's around 7:30 right now, so we'll probably for sure be home at about 8:30 after we move all the equipment and get everything done. This is what it looks like, my front view out of the combine. Here's my control panel. I just press this check mark button. Oh, as I drive away from the wheat swath, you try and keep it centered down the middle here because this is where it goes in. This is my control panel, the screen it's normally on. Looks like we're averaging 9 bushels an acre, 10 bushels, which is awful, but a little bit better than the last field. Where would you like me to go, Dad?
Why don't you go finish filling Darcy, Kate? Or I mean the red truck, let's put it that way.
Yeah, Darcy's not in the red truck, so it doesn't quite count as Darcy. I have to get this on camera dead center in the middle. I couldn't have lined up any better, which absolutely shocks me. It must have been a fluke, but wow, I'm pretty proud of this for my last dump of the day. Except I wasn't supposed to put it over those little line things Darcy said, because then it's hard to get the tarp over. So then I click this yellow button off, put my auger back in, and you can see it go back in the mirror there.
Okay, move your combine so I can get in there.
Yes, I said where. So I'm guessing here might be a good parking spot.
Arvin, I'll probably have you put your load in this little red truck over here. This one's pretty full.
Turtle speed to idle it down. Oh good! Where I picked my dad's going for. I picked the parking spot tonight. I feel pretty good about that, obviously. I just shut my combine down and now I'm getting out with all of my K-Tag tote bags, my water jug, my backpack, and my tripod. I'm now getting Steve Wall's dinner. It was left in Austin's truck. Steve Wall Trucking, Dutton, Montana. Hello! Here's your dinner. Look at this combine still harvesting. So what model do you think it is?
I don't know. It's a 7700.
How many years ago did we have those?
We never had one of them. That thing, when it came out, Kate, was the coolest thing since Apple.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed and learned a little bit more about how your food gets to your table. Make sure to like and subscribe, and you can visit the Katesag website, katesag.com, and purchase a lovely Katesag t-shirt that's made and grown in the USA, or a Katesag tote bag also made in the USA. Or you can follow Katesag on Instagram, KATES_AG, and on Facebook, TikTok, and Pinterest. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye!